Okay, so we haven't started? We're starting from stop. Okay, we're going to start from the top. I guess there was a technical problem. We got 2.5 minutes. All right, now you're rehearsed. You know what to do. So nobody saw that, right? Nobody saw it. Okay.
Hello, my name is Kelly Kane. I'm the editor-in-chief of PleinAir Magazine, and today we have several thousand people joining us for Eric's Global Paint-Along. Today's webinar is sponsored by the Plein Air Convention, and it's my understanding that there are going to be some discounts and some prizes, including a free ticket to the Plein Air Convention and a free ticket to the Plein Air Convention online version, so hang in there for that. Before we get started, I wanted to remind everyone to mute your microphone, but stay active with me in the chat. And just to make sure it's working, please say hello now. Tell me where you're watching from and whether or not you're watching only today or if you're going to be painting along. So here's how things are going to work, fingers crossed, because when you combine the internet and the outdoors, things can get tricky. Anyway, Eric is going to be set up to paint alongside some of his friends who he will introduce to you. In case you missed it, we're actually painting in Eric's backyard. The intent of this is to get everyone together and just have some fun. But hopefully you'll be able to see the scene to paint and you'll be able to see what Eric and his friends are painting. Now, Eric can't paint and read comments at the same time, so one of his helpers will read questions to him. Anything goes. Like any painting time, you never know if the piece is going to turn out, so again, fingers crossed for everyone. We ask that you be patient. We've never done this before, but let's get started. I'd like to introduce your host today. Eric Rhoad is the founder and publisher of PleinAir Magazine, also Fine Art Connoisseur magazine, plus several newsletters, conferences, art events, and instructional videos. Eric, take it away.
Welcome to Eric's Global Paint Out. Hey, we're sorry we're late. We had a last-minute technical difficulty, but we're going to have a lot of fun. And we are out here in my backyard in Austin, Texas, and I have my friends from Austin who are painting with us. Welcome, guys. We also have some celebrity guests for you. You're going to meet in a minute. You're going to get a chance to watch people paint. You're going to learn about plein air painting. We're going to just have a lot of fun. And so we have people painting along with us all around the world. I want to say a special hello to the group of you in Surrey, England. It's after 10 o'clock at night, and you guys are together doing a global paint out. Thank you so much. We love you guys. So we're going to get rolling here. First, I want to just tell you that our sponsor is the Plein Air Convention. So thank you to them. They have knocked off $100 for your attendance for watching today, and all you got to do is click that URL, that website down below, or hit that button, and that will give you take you to a special place where you can get that $100 discount. Now that does not expire. There's no expiration, so if you don't have to do it today, you don't have to do it tomorrow, but we want to tell you that we're already 20 or 30% ahead of last year. Denver was sold out before COVID. It's going to be sold out again. If you want to go, this is a good chance to get a lower price, so make sure you take advantage of that. I'll tell you more about that later. I have some special guests. I'm going to introduce you to some of them right now, so follow me. All right. First, we're going to go over, you guys go paint. Have fun. All right. So first we got our buddy Albert Handel. Albert, how are you, man?
I'm great.
Yes.
Good to be here with you.
Good to be here with you. So what are you going to paint today? What's your scene?
Those trees there.
Okay, so you got this vista, and he picks this little gray tree. And you want to get started?
Anytime.
Okay,
I'm
why
ready.
don't you get started, and then we'll watch you for a few minutes.
Sure.
All right, good. So talk us through what you're doing here.
I usually start by just feeling this out like this. And once I feel it's like that, it's going to work. I draw for a minute or two. And I might make this a little wider. And then from a little bit behind it maybe, I'll go like this, and it's a long thing as compared to a short area. And there's something like that. And this is all I have to do.
And that's your guideline. This
That's
is your composition.
That's right, exactly.
I think you told me one time you're always looking to get angles and curves in.
Yeah, even though it's straight, I say to myself, how much wider is that from here to there as compared to here to here?
Yeah.
And what's the base here and what's the base here? And when I go this way, I just go off the surface and a little something like that.
Yeah, well, this is the magic of plein air painting. We have chainsaws, neighbors. We had a big ice storm here in Austin a few weeks ago, and everybody's still cutting trees.
Yeah.
So I apologize for the chainsaws. Don't let it bother you. We're going to have fun today. All right, so you've got some watercolors out here. What are you doing with these?
I have two colors basically, or three. Payne's Gray, which is a very cold, beautiful watercolor. And I have Van Dyke Brown, which is supposed to be warmer, but I have some burnt sienna to warm up.
All right. So are you paying attention to where your cools are versus your
I
warms?
work from dark to light.
Okay.
And I want to reestablish this with my watercolor. And I might want to straighten it out just a tad. And when I get up into here,
You're going to mush.
I'm going to mush.
I want to tell everybody that questions can be repeated to us. And so if you have questions as we go, we're going to be checking in with Albert for a few minutes here. Then we're going to go over and see some other painters. And so, and I'll be answering questions. If you have questions about anything, plein air painting, about setting up outdoors, anything. Albert's been doing this. How many years have you been plein air painting?
Since I was 20.
Yeah, so that would be about 120 years?
A little less.
Okay, just barely.
I bought the first Julian.
The first Julian easel in America.
Yeah, I was 20, born in 37, so I was 57. And it was right outside the door of the Art Students League, there was an art supply store. And it was sitting in the windows. And my folks said, what can we do for you? I said, you can buy that. And they came up with $45. And I bought it, and it was just fabulous.
$45 was a lot of money back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more than today, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing now is blocking. I like for my pastel. To stay fresh these days, I work on plein air. We used to call it outdoors.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. I'll forgive you. And yeah.
So you used to work, we used to call it painting outdoors.
Yeah.
All right.
Taking on location or something.
Okay.
And I have this warmer, and
You want the warmer in the foreground?
yeah, I do. I do want the warmer in the foreground. And this is going to be background. And I'll go to my Payne's Gray. And I might put this other tree a little further back, like this. And then when I work with a tree, I go off the page.
All right.
And that's always a good idea.
Why is that?
Because people...
They end right here and then it looks odd.
Yeah, it flows.
Yeah.
It flows better. So just keep going. These trees are alive. And I like the proportion of how close this is to how long that is. And I work from dark to light. And I don't worry right now from cool to warm.
All right.
And I like the dark green trees.
What are you painting on? Is this a sanded surface?
Yeah, it comes from Art, and it's 500 grit, and it's mounted by the company, and it's not expensive, and it's perfect for what I want to do.
So it's mounted on another board, and then you put it on this
Yeah,
black board.
yeah.
And why do you use this black border?
In case I want to test my colors, I test them here,
Okay.
and you can see what's going on better if it's dark, because I had a choice of black or white.
Okay. We're going to check in with somebody else. We'll come back to you as you get that filled in.
Okay.
All right. So next we're going over here to Mary Garish. Mary, welcome to the Global Paint Out.
Thank you so much.
Say hi to everybody.
Hello.
So you're here in Austin now because?
Grandchildren.
Yeah.
I'm a babysitter too, so
Yeah. So you normally live in Florida,
yes.
and you're here how much of the year?
Well, it's looking like more and more.
Yeah.
And I'd say right now, probably about a third of the time we're in Austin and the rest of it in Florida.
Yeah. Well, that's not so bad.
No.
So why don't you, Scott, why don't you bring the camera over here, and Mary, why don't you kind of tell everybody what you've been doing to kind of get started?
Okay, so I did a thin wash to start with, and I was looking at this scene here, and what I was intrigued by are all these funky trees that are all over Texas. And I love the way the branches intertwine, and there are a lot of neutrals out here. It's not a sunny day, it's a gray day, so it's not a light and shadow painting, it's really more of a tonal painting.
Right.
And so, the sky is very high key, and so that's our lightest light. And then the ground plane, which you can see out there, is very tonal, lots of beautiful grays and everything. And so in certain places I'll go in and I'll put a little bit of color, but you can see some bright greens out there, but trying to keep in with all of the neutrals.
We've also had some moments when the sun would come out and light up those spots.
But what I'm trying to do is keep with the tonal part, because I have very many times in the past tried to chase the light. Oh, there it is,
Right.
and it's never ended up well for me. So
Yeah.
I'm going to keep with the gray day, since it seems like in general that's what we're going to have here. And then we've got in the distance out there a little bit of blue mountain peeking out, and this is just a study. This probably won't be a finished painting, there's a chance of it, and so I'm trying to get all my color notes down, and then I'm going to move on to another one.
Oh, okay. So you're just going to kind of bring it to that level and then move on to, oh, good. We'll get to see some more.
Right.
All right. So now it's my buddy Chong Wong. How are you, man?
Good, good. How are
Good.
you?
I'm great. He's used to being over here because we have a model come in on Wednesday nights. We've done it for 10 years,
Yes.
at least.
Yeah.
We haven't done it since COVID. We got to pick that up. He's a fabulous portrait and figure painter as well. So come over here so we can see what he's doing. Why don't you explain what's going on?
Well, I'm doing a small study here. So basically I want to do is to capture the feeling. So instead of capture the realism here, try to be representational.
Yeah.
Actually in my mind, I think about more the design with the values and a little bit color difference and the geometry. So I try to create some sort of design.
Okay.
So
Terrific.
Instead of try to be realistic.
Outstanding. Well, we're going to follow you and see what's going on as we go. I'm going to get over and paint in a minute. I think we'll go out in the yard and say hello to some painters. I've got that extra microphone if we need it. Let's walk over here. Well, you're even closer to the chainsaw.
I am.
So tell us your
I'm
name.
used to it because we had storm damage too.
You did. Tell us your name.
Lemon.
And you live here in Austin.
I do.
Okay, what are you working on here?
I love the blue hill that you have there, and I'm trying to get some of the variety of greens and kind of play them against the purples.
Okay, good. And nice thick brush work in here. Nice thick paint. I like that.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, we're going to check in with others. Okay. So who do we have over here?
Hello.
Mother and daughter.
Yes,
Okay.
her tag has been falling
Yeah.
because of the wind.
So you just moved to Texas from Los Angeles.
Yes.
And welcome to Austin. We're glad
Thank
you're
you
here.
so
See,
much.
Austin is a happening place. You know, LA has nothing on Austin.
No,
You guys in LA? Yeah, you got nothing on us anymore. I mean,
We love
are you
Austin.
having a global paint out in LA? No. So you're not painting. Why aren't you painting?
well, I'm the designated photographer.
Oh,
here,
okay. All right.
And I'm admiring all the other painters.
Okay. So tell us what you're doing here.
So I try to paint this view. So it's very dark over there, but behind there's coming a light from the sky, and sometimes when the sun is coming, I have lights everywhere. It's like crystals. So I try to get that.
Okay, good.
Mysterious.
Beautiful.
Mysterious. Okay, we're going to check in with you later. All right. There's somebody way down here. I think it'll work. Is it working? The camera working? No. Okay, we're gonna can't go up there. We're on wireless here out in the middle of the country, so we're working now. Okay, we're gonna check in over here. What are you doing here, and what's your name?
I'm Ellen Willis.
Ellen Willis, I know you. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah. And what are you working on here?
Your little cabin, except
Oh.
for I don't ever do architecture, so
Well,
this is a challenge.
That's good. Well, you're working on the world famous artist cabin. Good. We've had some of the top artists in the world staying and living in that cabin. And we have a sketchbook that they all contribute to that is going to go to the Smithsonian Museum when the time comes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
All right. Good job. All right. Well, we're going to check in with you.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Who do we have here?
Hi,
Hi, Suzanne.
how are you?
Tell everybody your name.
Suzanne Sievertson. Kind of follow Eric all over with the live events.
We have seen each other where? Fall Color Week?
Fall Color Week for the last 2 years.
Yeah,
And I've been to all the live events online.
that's right. Good. Thank you.
And Pace last
Plein
year
Air Convention.
in Santa Fe.
So what would you, anybody who has never been, because it's a little intimidating for some people, what would you tell them?
Well, I'd say it's a wonderful opportunity to get to know people, you know, your tribe, and you would also get to meet all those great artists that you see and hear about.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing here? Tell us about what your plan is.
I'm doing the cabin,
All right.
and right now I did the underpainting, and then after that I started blocking in the darks.
All right.
And after I did a little bit of a sketch,
All right.
dark color, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. Now I want you to squint down. Squint down and look at the cabin. Now look at your front porch.
I don't think I have
Now squint down and look at the side of the cabin that's in light.
Yeah, that's
Now squint down and look at the roof.
the roof is. Okay, I was trying to go
So-
on the dark side on that roof.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I mean, that's
Little too dark?
sometimes just a reminder to squint down is a good idea. You're doing a great job.
All right.
Thank you for being here. Okay, who do we have over here?
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Tricia Butler.
Hi,
I
Tricia.
came to the convention last year too.
Oh, you did?
And I danced with you. I'm sure you.
I remember that. Yeah, you did the Watusi, is that right?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, well, we have a party at the convention.
yes, it
Yeah.
was fun. We
It
had
is
a
fun.
good time.
Yeah. Well, we don't get to, yeah, we're artists, we don't get to let our hair down any other time, right?
Right.
So
we
show
were
us, tell us
working
what you're doing here. You did a nice sketch of the cabin.
Yes, I'm doing the cabin, and I'm trying to remember to squint. I heard you over there.
Uh-huh.
And, I started out with kind of a wash of the transparent red oxide and the ultramarine blue from watching Kathleen Hudson on your.
Oh, yeah,
video.
isn't she wonderful?
Wonderful.
Yeah, we love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Kathleen, if you're watching, hi.
Hi, Kathleen.
Yeah, okay, we'll check in with you later. Let's see. Oh, we got somebody right here. It's Becky.
Yes.
Becky's a watercolorist. She's also doing the cabin. And nice job there.
Thank you.
You've been doing this for 30 or 40 years?
No,
No? Nice job.
I'm the forever beginner.
Oh, are you? Well, we all kind of do that. I mean, we're all learning all the time.
Yeah,
So what's your plan on this painting?
You know, I'm getting the basics in and then looking for the darks and the lights and then filling in the greenery around the outside.
Yeah. Well, you got your values are spot on,
Thank you.
I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect subject matter.
Yeah, it's cute, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
All right. We'll see you later.
Okay.
Okay, let's go check in with Albert real quick. He's probably done already.
Not quite.
Not quite?
No.
All right. Oh, you started putting some pastel on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now, do you call it, what do you say? Do you say pastel or do you say pastel?
I say pastel.
Okay. Well, somebody said to me the other day I was saying it wrong, and I thought, oh, well, maybe I am.
What did they say it was?
Pastel.
No.
But I think that was somebody from Australia.
Oh really?
Yeah, it would have been Lynn Diefenbach, I think, so.
Well,
Right. So you're adding a little color now.
yeah, I am. I'm surrounding the tree and getting a sense of where the background ends, and this other tree kind of begins, and I'm moving it over more to get more drama in the angles. So since I have it dark, I'll just, for the marking of things, I'll just do that.
All right, just to remind yourself.
Just to remind myself what's
Okay.
cooking.
All right, we'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go over here now. Another little thing about it. It's becoming very hot right now. You were just at a big Plein Air event. Where were you at?
Also in Louisiana, yeah.
Okay.
Lots of fun.
This is Carla Bosch, and you're working in acrylic.
Yes.
And let's take a look at that. That's what. Tell us what you're doing and what your
I'm
plan
doing
is.
the cottage over there, and yeah, just enjoy the beautiful scene, and we'll bring some of the light back out behind the tree. So I'm first doing the tree so that I can play with the light from the back of the tree. So yeah, that's the
Oh,
idea.
so you're going to backlight those trees.
Yes,
Nice.
that's right.
Okay. Well, we're going to check in with you later.
Thank you. Thank
All
you
right,
so
bye.
much. Thanks for having me.
Okay, let's see. We'll walk up here. We'll walk over here, and I think I'll start painting, and then we'll go check in with some other people, because if I don't start painting, I won't. Okay, who do we have here?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Forgot my name tag.
Well, you know your name, though, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you're using the top of a plastic lid as your
Yes.
palette. That's a pretty good idea. It looks like you're using acrylics.
Yes.
Okay, show us what you're up to here. That's looking good.
I don't know what I'm up to.
I think you,
I
well,
don't know what I'm doing.
I think you
I'm
got it.
playing.
You have a nice lead in here. That's good.
Okay.
Nice cabin. I think you're doing a great job. I like
thank you.
I like the color showing through.
Thank you. I painted over an old canvas that I had another painting on, so that's
Oh,
where the orange comes in, which, you know, it's just
a good
happy
idea.
accident. kind
what
of
is this big? Why did you bring your blanket?
thing. Because I forgot my paper towels.
Oh, do you want paper towel? We'll
no,
get you some.
No, several people have offered, but I've already got.
You've already
it's an
ruined your
old
blanket?
Sheet. It's an old sheet. So,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
So.
looking at here, just
Okay.
leave
So
it
I'm gonna set up and paint, and we'll see how it goes. But I think first what we should do is I should tell you guys about our sponsor real quickly. What I want to do is just briefly give you, and this is not a big long thing, so don't worry about it. When I was I started PleinAir Magazine, and then I had to kill it because we couldn't get any support financially. We couldn't get any advertisers. We ran it for 3 or 4 years, and we really struggled. We were about to go bankrupt. And so I changed the name to Fine Art Connoisseur, but I love plein air painting, and I hated to have to do that. But we just didn't have the support at the time. And I kept saying to my team, look, we got to get it back. We got to get it back. And I beat that drum for a long time. Finally, we brought it back. But I said, okay, this time we're going to bring it back based on a dream that I had. And the dream was I was in this big castle, and I was sitting around this big long table, and every famous artist in the world was at that table, you know, Leonardo da Vinci and John Singer Sargent and everybody. And we all just talked about art, and we lamented that, you know, our wives or husbands didn't understand us when we talked about cadmium yellow. They didn't, their eyes rolled, right? And so anyway, I woke up from that dream and I wrote it down, and I thought, that's what we need. We need a place where we can have community, a place where we all gather, we can be with people who are like-minded. And my take on this is, if we did that, the plein air movement would really boom, and we'd be able to survive, and we'd be able to make it take off. That was 12 years ago. The first one was in Las Vegas. We had 300 people. The next one coming up is the 10th anniversary. Only the 10th anniversary, because we canceled 2 years, right? Plein Air Convention was going to be in Denver. We were almost sold out at 1,200 people, and then we had to cancel, refund all that money, plus we had to pay the credit card fees, which that alone was like, I could have bought a house. So anyway, we canceled, and we thought, okay, we got to bring it back. We finally were able to get it back last year, and then this year we're going to Denver again, which is the most popular location we've ever had. And we wanted to go to Denver because we're close to Rocky Mountain National Park, where Albert Bierstadt painted. We're close to Garden of the Gods, and there's a lot of beautiful parks and scenery around Denver in that area that we're going to go to and paint. And the cool thing is, we set up and paint together, all 1,200 of us. Imagine, you know, here we've got 30 people probably. Imagine 1,200 people painting together, painting in the same area around the same scene. It's really quite remarkable. And so what we do is we have indoor stages, and people say, well, I can't see because, you know, there's in a workshop I can see because I'm right behind the instructor. Now we have these giant, like 20-foot, 30-foot screens with cameras zoomed in high definition on every brush stroke, and you can see in every stage. So we have a main stage, which is also oil. We have watercolor, pastel, and then we also have 2 other stages that do a lot of other demos. And then we have a big giant expo hall, and all the art materials people who are specialty to plein air painting, they come in. So you can go into an art store and you can't find most plein air easels. You can find a French easel, but here you can find all the easels, all the panels, all the frames, all the materials. It's pretty cool, and they usually give really deep discounts. And then we have meetings from morning until night. Meetings till about when we break, about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, depending on the day. Then we all go painting together. Then we come back and we have evening sessions. And then you know, there's critiques, there's training, there's just everything going on. What am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anything? So it's a cool experience. And so Plein Air Convention is giving you today, for watching, a $100 off coupon. And the price was $100 higher before, and the prices escalate as we go to pay the expenses. But we decided for watching today that you're going to get a chance to get it for $100 off. Now, there's no deadline on that $100 off coupon. You can use it whenever you want. All I would say is we're 20-30% ahead of last year's attendance already, and we probably, or very could possibly, hit that 1,200 number, which is basically the max we can do. And so if you want to go, think about it. And if you want to do it, use that button down there, or use that URL. Now, that's not public. This is only for the people who are watching this, because we want to reward you for attending our first Global Paint Out today. Anyway, what did...
Jane Seymour, special guest.
Oh, Jane Seymour. Of course, the woman who moved here from London would say this, right? So, yeah, Jane Seymour, the actress, is also a painter. She's our special guest, along with C.W. Mundy. They're here to help us celebrate our 10-year anniversary, our birthday, really. And we have all kinds of birthday things planned, including birthday gifts for you. So, if you're going to attend any year, this is like the year to come, right? Because, I mean, you're going to go home with stuff that you didn't expect. And you're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to celebrate. We have a really, 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 really big thing we're going to announce there, actually 2 of them. And so it's just a cool thing. I probably forgot something. Did you have some questions?
You could talk about Laurie's pre-convention workshop.
Oh yeah. Could I have some water, please? So we have a pre-convention workshop. Forgive me, Laurie Putnam, for not mentioning this. Thank you, Amandine. Ladies and gentlemen, Amandine. We have a pre-convention workshop every year, and we've had people like C.W. Mundy and Kevin McPherson and others, and this year is Laurie Putnam. It's a day before the convention and most of the second day before the convention starts, and so it's a pre-convention workshop with Laurie Putnam. We also have a beginner's day, and so if you're new to plein air painting, maybe you don't even know the stuff, you don't even know if you're going to do it or not, you can come, you can watch, you don't have to paint. But if you decide that this is something you want to do, then that vendor hall is the best place to buy that stuff because you can get it cheaper than normal. You can pick up your easel, your tripod, and you get to see them all, which is really cool because that way you can decide which ones you want. And you can try them out, and it's a pretty cool thing. So that's Beginner's Day. We have critiques in the evening. We also have evening sessions, and so we got a lot going on. Other questions?
Do we have anything available online for people who can't come?
Oh, of course. So the question was, do we have anything online? Yeah, we decided, because last year, a lot of people, sorry about the chainsaws, last year we put it online as well because some people didn't want to travel yet because of COVID. This year we were going to stop doing the online, but we thought, well, we'll do it because a lot of people still aren't able to make it, or some people just would never be able to make it. So the main stage is going to be online this year. So if you go to the website and you sign up, you'll be able to go to the virtual as well. And so that's a different deal. So, but you can still sign up through this code. What else? What are the questions? All right. What should we do? I guess I'll go. Let's go check in with Mary and Chong. All right. What's going on over here?
Well, I'm having some fun with some texture now, playing around with cold wax.
Wait a minute. I've never used cold wax. What's the story with that?
Well, it's awesome. It's cheap. It's a Gamblin product.
Yeah.
And it really is waxy.
Yeah.
And so what you do is you just mix it right in with the paint. I usually put it in where I want, like the emphasis to be.
So like if you want a really thick looking brush stroke?
Yes. So
show us how you do that.
So I'll just whip some up here. Now you don't want to put more than 50-50 like paint.
And that's not going to hurt it archivally or anything?
No, it is archival.
I've always wondered how people got that sense of thick brush stroke.
So
I need your paper towel because
yes.
I have wax on my finger.
So it's just a cheap, easy way, and it dries quicker. And so that's what I'm doing with the cold wax today.
Okay, so where are you going to lay that color in?
Well, this color, I'm going to mix it up a little bit more, and I'm going to put it in my little Rhoad here with my palette knife.
Now wait a minute, Mary, there's no Rhoad out there.
There's a Rhoad.
Oh, okay. So that's a really good lesson for some people. Well, talk about that.
Okay, so I was thinking about design and everything, and this is a lead into my tree. Now that's a little bit too much texture for me, but I'm going to carry it down like into here, and then it's going to be kind of like a lost little road down here. But it's just enough of a directional line to lead you into my focal point, which is my tree right here that I've been working on.
So a lot of artists will use what I call arrows,
yes,
right, to try to lead people in. Would you point out where your arrows are?
Okay, so right now, my main arrow is going to be this road right here, but I've also got this coming in here, and then I'm going to add more texture in this area too, just like I have right here, which brings us into here and then up into where all the branches. I haven't developed the interesting branches out there totally yet, and so I'm going to rework that. Another thing that I like that I did up here was trying to design, it's a very, the foliage in that tree is very wispy, so I was trying to get that feel a little bit.
Wispy.
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 And so I was actually taking my brush in the turpentine or the mineral spirits and kind of taking away some of the paint.
Oh,
So
just
that-
to have it, make it thinner so that it kind of shows through?
Yeah, so you kind of
Ah.
get this feeling of transparency along with the thick paint. So you've got variety.
Nice.
Variety in the edges, variety in the texture.
So if how do you show depth in a tree? If you wanted, let's say you've got this branch here, and then you wanted to indicate that there's another branch behind it, but if you use the same color, it wouldn't give you that sense. How would you do it?
So so that's a very dark, and you can see I've started working other colors into the main trunk here, which I will do there. But what I would do is I would put a little cooler color coming in if I wanted to bring that out here. Well, that doesn't look cooler there. Let's add a little bit of white. I might add a little bit of blue, but I would basically change the value.
Oh yeah, so
Make it not so dark.
makes it recede,
Yes.
just like you were making the mountain recede.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good. Well, I thought the other thing that was a good lesson is you did a test shot, right? You touched it, it wasn't right, you went and remixed.
Well, right, exactly. And the other thing, especially, on a cloudy day like this, you get much more ambient light hitting your palette because all those clouds have trapped all the light. And so here, this is going to look lighter than it is up here. So you really have to check yourself.
So if you wanted a leaf color that receded into the distance, the green of a lighter of the green, would it be a lighter green, or would you use a purpler to make it recede?
I would lighten it up and I would cool it, either adding a little purple to it.
Show
probably-
me, show me.
Okay.
All right.
So purple's a nice relief color for green. So I'm going to take this muted purple here. It looks like poop, but it's not poop.
Did you say poop,
Poop.
in front of 4,300 people?
That's what my granddaughter, I was painting and I'd been using that and I cleaned off my palette and I took it and I threw it in the garbage and she goes, poo poo, poo poo, poo poo. I'm like, no, it's just paint.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to put it out in here. And again, I'm going to lighten that
Yeah.
to have it recede a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
And what's nice is, out in the periphery of the tree, you get all this cool, lacy thing happening. And so this gives it a little bit of that lacy feel.
Yeah. I get it. Nice. Well, thank you. We'll check back in with you. You going to
All right.
finish that one up pretty soon?
Yep.
Where'd Chong go? Oh, there you are. Oh, you were stepping back, weren't you?
Yeah, I think I have to see better from the distance.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
You will get lost if you come too close.
Yeah.
So I want to keep that effect of the abstractness.
Yeah.
When you're going closer to the painting, you pretty much see all of this abstract brushworks and patterns or movement.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be really representing anything. It's
Right.
supposed to be the abstract design, but then you're gradually moving away from the painting, especially the really far distance. I want to, I like to go back and forth quite a lot, to really observe what is the
So
major shape.
when you first started painting, were you more photorealistic and then you got more abstract as you went, or were you always abstract?
I think in my mind, I always try to be abstract.
Yeah.
But at the very beginning, it's very difficult to achieve that.
Yeah.
Because abstractness doesn't mean randomness. So you got to have some sort of logic behind the abstract, but not really showing directly, but imply that abstractness to the audience.
Yeah. So Chong is doing some amazing things on color theory, breakthrough things that you've never heard before, that he's posting on Facebook and Instagram. What is your Instagram name?
Is Chong, Qiang dot Huang.
Okay.
Which is my first name and last name.
Yeah, and pronounce it the way we should pronounce it.
It pronounced Chong, like
Yeah.
Chong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And anyway, follow and see all this color theory, because basically what he's saying is that the traditional color wheel we were all taught,
It's all wrong.
it's all wrong. And he's proving it, and he developed an app that tests it and tests your color And so you gotta read up on what he's doing. It's really spectacular.
Yeah, I'm still in the middle of a research. I haven't really figured out everything yet.
Yeah.
But it's just tip of the iceberg already. Very astonishing effect.
Well, you have a whole lifetime to get this done. So.
Yes, well.
Hey, the sun's coming out.
All right. Okay.
You could do another painting.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right. Okay, we'll check in with you later.
Okay.
All right, we better go back to Albert. Looking good.
Thank you.
All right. You make me sick. You're so good, so fast.
I'm in no rush.
Yeah. So this is in shade, or it's in light.
Right now, I just threw something in.
Okay.
Right now, I'm staying in here.
All right.
And I'm pulling this out into here. And I like the texture quality in my pastels. So I absorb the watercolor. In other words, this was underneath here. And if you stick around for half a minute, you'll see how I can absorb that into this.
Right, so you let some of that shine through.
Yeah, I like to have it.
It's a very light stroke.
Oh, very light. It's like this, you can hardly see it.
Let me try
But the chalk.
All right, so just like that, except you got to get it. So, all right.
Yeah, let me just show it to you with white.
So you're going to be teaching on Pastel Live.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're always on Pastel Live. You're like the only one that ever comes back.
Oh, really?
No, I mean doesn't come back, that gets invited back. Because you're such a big deal.
See, this is white, and it's put on heavily. And instead of searching in my box for something that's a gray, I just vary the pressure.
Yeah, it shows this gray because of all that showing through.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So this one I'm going to hide a little bit more. So that's it.
Okay, we'll check in.
See you later.
All right. Let's see, what should we do now? I guess we'll go see more people. I'm not painting. Did you notice I'm not painting? All right, you're going to have to tell me the limits of the camera over here. Linda Wells.
Hello.
You even got an official name tag on.
Yes,
Oh, look
I
at
do.
you. Be careful, don't trip there.
Yeah.
Well, that's looking good.
Thanks.
Nice.
It's dark hue art. It's all
Dark.
black.
Oh, so that's the
That's
actual,
the actual
canvas.
paper. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I like your the way your line is coming into your focal point.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
All right. I have to go get my other microphone because I forgot it. I'll be right back. Where did Oh, we should give away some prizes. Let's do that. Okay, can you hear me now? I think we should give away some prizes. I can't remember what they were, but I'll just wing it.
Easel brush stick.
Okay, all right. So how are we going to do this? Do we have this in here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So forgive me for being so disorganized, everybody. This is the magic of being live. Okay. So we have some prizes to give away, and I think you have to answer questions. Let's see what they are. Okay. Yeah. All right. See, it's all written down here on the paper if I would just use it. Do I need this thing on here? Can you put that on there? Okay, so we have prizes, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to ask a question in the chat, and the first person to answer, or the first person, if there's like multiple people to answer at the same time, then Chris will select somebody, and then I don't know how we're going to find out who the winner is. I guess it'll get posted in the chat. Sound like a plan? That's
I'll have them and I can give them to you.
okay. All right, so the first prize is an easel brush clip. Let me show you one. So this is an easel brush clip, so you can clip it on to the side of your panel. You can clip it on, just depends on what you've got. You keep your brushes right there handy. And so we're going to give one of those away. The question is, who, this is a matter of opinion, by the way, so who is the most well-known artist in history responsible for starting the plein air movement? It's not true, by the way, but let's see who everybody says. Okay. William Merritt Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Started the first Pastel Society with that guy from Cincinnati. It was in New York City.
Frank Dumond?
No, Frank Dumond.
Came later.
Yeah, he only worked with the oils.
Okay.
But Chase.
Chase?
William Merritt Chase.
Well, that's not the answer I'm looking for, but let's see. Let's see. That's you're talking about in America.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about in America.
Oh,
I'm talking about worldwide, Albert.
You're talking about an Italian lady.
All right. Who do you think? Who do you think the answer that we're looking for would be?
I have no idea unless it's Degas.
Degas? Well, because you always think pastel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was thinking Monet.
Monet?
Now we actually did research, and it goes back to Augusto Tassi, like 200-300 years before.
Yeah.
But the one who really made it famous and popularized it, I thought, was Monet. Can we use that as an answer or not?
Go ahead. Be my guest.
All right. Well, okay. So we got to pick somebody who said Monet. All right. See, this is how it's done. Very, very unofficially.
The winner is Nancy Halliday.
Nancy Halliday. All right, Nancy. Congratulations. Okay. So also the next prize is a one-year subscription to PleinAir Magazine. Now, if you're watching this and you are not already a subscriber to PleinAir Magazine, shame, 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 shame. All right, but you'll have two now. So this one's factual. What is the name of the recently deceased editor of PleinAir Magazine? Anybody know? I bet everybody knows. We'll find out. I know you know. All right. Do we have a winner?
Not yet.
Okay. Somebody's got to come up with it. I'll give you a hint. The first initial is S. All right. Okay. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Sun looks like it's going to come out here any minute. All right. So, do we have a winner?
We do.
Okay.
Bruce Newman.
The answer, by the way, is Steve Doherty. Who'd you say the winner is?
Bruce Newman.
Bruce Newman, the man with the lobster potato chips who lives in Brunswick, Canada. All right, Bruce. Congratulations, man. I'll bet you're already a subscriber, I'm guessing. Bruce, we met at the Adirondack My Publisher's Invitational event. He came many, many years in a row. Then he had grandkids and he never came back. I don't get it. But my kids, if I say Bruce's name, they say, lobster potato chips. And they would say that to this day, even though they're 21 now. Okay, now, this is a ticket to the virtual convention, the main stage of the Plein Air Convention. And this is one of those maybe subjective answers. Okay, which color of yellow is the coolest? Which color of yellow is the coolest? All right, let's see what you come up with. Now, I made this up. I think it's correct, but who knows? So let's see if we got a winner. Are you watching the answers?
I'm waiting for the answer.
We're waiting. All right, so should I say the answer, or should we wait for people to put them in?
Well, you had 3 options in here.
Oh, I had 3 options, that's right. Okay, option 1 is cad yellow, lemon yellow, Indian yellow. Pick the coolest. You guys know what it is? Lemon. Lemon. Lemon yellow is the coolest.
Right.
And who's our winner?
Jennifer Bartlett.
Jennifer Bartlett from Bartlett, Oklahoma? Probably not. All right, Jennifer Bartlett, you're going to the virtual Plein Air Convention. All right, and if you're going to the real one, give it to a friend that can't go, okay? Now, this is the big prize. Drum roll, please. All right. This is for a ticket, a full ride ticket to the Plein Air Convention. Still got to get your own hotel and your own airfare or whatever. But, and if you have it already, give it to a friend. You guys can room together. All right. What is the name of one of the biggest watercolor artists in history who will be teaching on the main stage at the Plein Air Convention this year? I'll repeat it. What is the name of one of the biggest watercolor artists in history who will be on the main stage of the convention this year? We've had big ones in past years, but we're talking about this year. Who is that? All right, I'll give you a minute. You can have a chance to take a look. I'm going to have a glass of water. Okay. All right, so there's a big debate about, nobody's got it yet?
Yep, Sarah Baskin.
Okay, the winner, the answer is Alvaro Castanet, or Castanet, depends on how you say it. And the winner is who?
Sarah Baskin.
Sarah Baskin. I like her ice cream. I'm sure she got hassled by that as a child. Sarah, congratulations. We will see you at the convention, and because you won today, Allie, make note of this, you're going to come to my private reception with the artists, okay? So congratulations. All right. Allie will make that happen. Don't let her forget, all right? Because we have a lot of those little things wrapped in bacon. Just kidding. Okay. All right. Okay, one more. We have one more prize. And this one is for another ticket to the Plein Air Convention online virtual event, main stage. Who, if you guys don't get this, because I already told you today, thanks to Allie, who is the celebrity guest, world famous, more famous than C.W. Mundy, if that's possible, who is the celebrity guest to help us celebrate our 10-year anniversary this year? What is her name? I'll give you a clue. All right, who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? We're looking for a winner. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Yeah, we need a countdown. You have no idea how difficult it is to keep talking for 2 hours. This is what my wife usually does. Did I say that? Okay. All right. So, do we have a winner yet?
Chris says there were so many
okay,
correct answers that he's struggling to have.
Okay, so there were so many correct answers. He's just going to pick one randomly, and that winner will be Catherine Mahoney. All right, Catherine, congratulations. So we're going to keep going here, and I hope you're painting along, and I hope you'll be asking questions in the text or in the messaging. I hope you'll be sending us pictures of what you're painting if you're painting along, painting the scene. And I'm going to start painting here in a minute, and we're going to check in with some of our other guests. We've got about 30 painters here with us today. And we're just going to keep having fun. But I want to reiterate the Plein Air Convention, the discount, there's a special button for you, $100 off. You don't have to do it today. You don't have to do it tomorrow. You just have to do it before all the seats are gone. Sound like a plan? All right, I'm going to start painting now. And it's about time. All right, so things that I wanted to do here, the reason I wanted to do it in my backyard, I got a nice backyard, I like it. I paint here all the time. It's not Monet's garden, but I paint here a lot. And I've been hearing from a lot of people, plein air beginners, who are like, how do I do this? How do I learn this? Where do I start? And I've been saying, look out your window. Do a painting out your window where you're comfortable. Get on your back porch where you have a chair and a table and you're comfortable before you go and get all this gear and try to figure this all out. But one of the things that I think is remarkable when you meet some of the great artists, like some of the people we have here today, you can take you don't have to have Yosemite Falls, right? You don't have to have Mount Rushmore. You can take anything and create beauty with it. And so the goal here is to create beauty. And so that's what we're going to try to do today. So I think what I'm going to do, Bryant, I'm going to let Albert do a little demo while I get started, and then I'll kind of talk people through what I'm doing. You up for that, Albert?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay, so we're going to let you take over.
Okay.
And that way I can stop talking for a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Take care. I like this subject. I like it in the woods. The bark is on the white side, so I'm leaving that alone like that, and putting in a little speck here and there, so it's going in and out, and I'm going to give it a little bit more here so you can see it in between the leaves, so to speak. And then I'm going to take some dark greens and dark colors and kind of break this up a little bit. And like that. I have another option which I'm thinking of doing, and that is to have a sky hole come in and do that, and that pulls you away from the tree itself so you don't stare at it. And I could put in another tree by just doing this, and I vary the pressure a lot so I don't have to go find a slightly darker color than this by just lightening it up a little bit and kind of going behind it. It gets weaker and it gets melange mixed together with this, and it adds confusion, and that's what I want to get. I like the confusion of what's going on out there, and I can use this, give it a little bit more light. I might want to do this, and the sun's coming out, and yay. I take something that's black and I give it a sharp edge. And then I fade away, and as I fade away, I say, does this dark stuff have a rhythm to it? Rhythm, it starts up here and it goes down to here. And I do that, and then I slide away from the line and it becomes an edge. And I say, gee, that's nice. I could get some other trees back there by getting a dark something or other, dark red or a dark purple. Let's see what this looks like. Nice. I don't know if the camera can get this, but this is even when I do that, I say these two things are closer and this is longer. And if I want to show that more so, and that's an option, if I want to show it more so, I can do that, not much, because I want this thin tree to sit behind all these other trees. And this is a little bit too much into the background, so I'll lift it up just a tad, That's nice. Now it's a little bit on the purple side, so I'll take something, if it's purple, some kind of a yellow brown. In other words, let me show you this. I use that, and it's nice, but it's too purple. I'm using that, but it's too bright. But if I thin it out, see, it works beautifully. A lot of artists or pastelists don't realize that by varying the pressure of their individual chalks, they have more color. So I have all this going on, and now I work from dark to light. Sometimes from cool to warm. And I put this down here and I say, good, it jumps. And now I want to get that bright, but I don't want it to jump. So I pick this up, oops. I pick this up, and the thing fell apart, so we'll pick up something else. Let's see what this is like. And it should be slightly on the purple side. And if my yellows are too much, I can calm them down. And as I calm down the yellow, it can become this. We'll see. And at this stage of the game, we're heading towards the and if I can just roll over it a little, just a tad. And if I want that tree back there, I do that. See, I look at all that stuff as confusing, as alive. Nice, not bad. I got this yellow, which I put into here. I'm wondering if I can get a little bit of that into here. Gently, gently. When you work with a very bright color and you go soft, it gets darker, so I don't have to go find this color, I just vary the pressure. A lot of pastelists, for some reason, don't understand that. But okay, now this here thing here is a little empty, so I'll take some green, usually a slightly darker green, because I like to work dark to light. So let's see what I have here. So I have a dark, cold green, and sometimes you do a lot of work and it doesn't really show like it's jumping out, but it's all part of the picture. Good. Oh yeah, I want to have that. So I'm taking that, and I wonder how that would look if it was redder. So I'm going to take something that's very warm, and I'm going to see what that looks like. Nice. And then keep going down, and then keep going. And then soften it and go over everything. The leaves, go over everything with the leaves.
Quit making all that noise over here.
Hey, you. Have you had your water?
My water?
Weren't you going for a glass of water?
No, I'm trying to paint.
Oh. Forgive me for being focused in on this. It's coming along. By doing this, I push the sky back a little bit so it goes into the background, and I think I'm going to get stronger here. Oh, wonderful. What do you think, Eric?
I think I'm having fun. Are you picking up people talking? It's okay? All right.
A few accents here and there.
Oh, no, thank you. I've got one right here. Thank you, though.
And now I take some charcoal, and I can take all this stuff and pull them together so they don't jump out so much, and yet they're still there. It's called feathering in pastel and glazing in oils. And I want this to come out of the mystery. And now I'm going to get some very bright things in there, just to keep it on the wild side. I want that. Come on. I say this is higher and this is lower, and I might do something like that to keep the rhythm going. And then I could take some totally different colors, so it's not all completely green. I say, you know, this is not bad.
Sure do like your green.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
It's such a pleasure to see your stuff in person.
Oh, good.
It really is nice.
All right.
All right. Find somebody else.
All right.
Right. Don't touch me.
Don't
I'm
touch
sure
me.
you have oil somewhere. Great.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, good. Thank you.
You're on camera. You ready?
Live?
Yeah.
Oh.
You ready for me, or what do we do?
All the spouses will understand. Oil paint everywhere.
So, Scott, you want to come over here? So we ready? Okay, so I don't mess around. I'm trying to learn and push myself to be more abstract, having more fun. And so this entire canvas was covered in probably under 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And what I tried to do is what I actually did is I laid in the subtle colors in the front. Then I laid in the ground cover, some of the weeds, and the mountain in the background and the sky. I didn't make the mountain the shape that it is. I made it the shape that I wanted it to be. Now the question is, do I want to take it further and develop it further, or just leave it abstract. This is a great way to whip out a painting in no time. It's not finished, of course, but what I will probably do is I'll put in some trees now, but of course that's risky because when you put in trees and you're over wet oil, it's got to be pretty thick. So I'm going to put my brush in some medium, and I'm going to go really dark. And the reason I'm going really dark is because I need really good coverage. So we'll see what, and I'm making a dark out of a Hughes marine blue and a transparent brown oxide, and maybe I'll put a little of ultramarine in there. And now I've got to decide, where do I want this? I want to kind of preserve this, but I want one really good tree branch in there. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm just going to take it, and I'm holding the brush really, really lightly because I want it to dance around. And because, and I also want it to be just on the surface there, because otherwise it's going to pick up and drag a lot of that white, which I don't want. And so just trying to get a little sense of tree in here. Now I can bring that tree out in front. Oh, look, the sun is coming out. Isn't that nice? And bring the tree down in here, and then I'll take this other tree here and bring it over here. I'm going to darken it up just a little bit, and it's nice that we've got some light coming in because now we can play. Got a branch coming down here like that, and so we'll take that in there, and then we got one coming up here, and I'm just twisting my brush and playing, and that's the most fun for me anyway. So now we'll put this trunk in here, and it's picking up a lot of that other paint. So if you get too much medium, it will actually have the opposite effect, is it won't cover. So I'm going to get that in there. I was always taught put your tree trunks in pretty dark. I don't know if Albert would agree with that. What do you think, Albert? Do you start by putting your tree trunks in pretty dark?
Oh, Eric, each time it's a whole story.
Yeah, I know. It's like every time I think I know how to paint, then everything changes.
Just stay with it.
I do. A back branch in, it's a little too light, so I'll just lay that in. Now I have a tendency to change how I paint all the time. It's very mood centric, and sometimes I feel like being really crazy and tight, sometimes I feel like being abstract, and so it just depends on what my mood is. I don't like that little branch nib, so I'm going to give it a little bit more depth out there. And I think this branch needs a little more weight in here. And then what I can do here is I can then start adding in light, because we have a little.
I like stepping back and see if there's carrying power. A lot of folks seem to be ignorant about carrying power.
About what?
Carrying power.
What does carrying power mean? I'm ignorant.
You see a good-looking woman, you say yes. You don't start analyzing the person.
I don't say that out loud.
No, well, but
I want to live.
when you walk past something, it has to hit you.
Right.
It has to hit you one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm not.
I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody asked, did you have your colors picked out and pre-mixed?
I did not have my colors picked out and pre-mixed. I put the same colors out almost every time, no matter where I'm painting. It becomes like your piano keyboard. My colors are always in the same place, and that way, and I think that's true for all of us, that way we know exactly where to grab. We can almost do it instinctively. And so sometimes I put some more colors out, but I knew I wasn't going to need those today. And I'm experimenting with some new colors. I've been playing a lot lately with these radiant colors, radiant blue and radiant purple and a radiant yellow. They're really light and kind of fun. I got to be careful because they get a little chalky like that did. But I think you can get some really interesting gray effects out of it. So now I have to decide, what am I going to do here? Well, I've got some branch that I can put in here, and that branch is pretty dark underneath. And so I'm just going to kind of lay that in very abstractly, not very exactly, because I just want it to dance. And I also don't want it to meet up over here. And so I'm putting my darks in before I'm putting my lights in, because I want to put my lights on top of my darks. And sometimes I'll take I have a broken fan brush here, and I like to just kind of go in and kind of push things around and get some effect so that it's not too perfect, because again, I'm not looking for perfection, I'm looking to have fun. I don't do this for a living. I do sell some once in a while, but this is really about having fun for me. And so I had to be really careful though to get that chalkiness out of there. And that's probably what I'm getting now, so I'm going to have to figure out how to solve that problem. How do you get chalkiness out, guys? Add more paint. Okay. So I'll put some branches up here. And I liked what Mary taught us earlier about kind of creating some distance in those branches. So you can purple that up a little bit, push that back like that, and just have some fun. And you don't have to retain your branches, right? You can just, you have some things in front of them, behind them, it doesn't matter. We're here to play. This is about having fun. I mean, not everybody has to make a living doing this. I'd starve probably. But I have fun doing it, and I love doing it. I love being outdoors painting. So that's why I do it. And so now I'm going to brighten things up a little bit. Not a lot, because it's not too bright, but there is a little bit of sun that peeps out once in a while. So I'll just kind of fake this in and get that tree in. Now what I'll do is I'll probably go back in and restate some of these darks into a couple places everywhere, but maybe a couple places so I can retain that branch line. And then, there's a little bit of light, and so I know we're going to get this incredible afternoon light, and I'm counting on it. And so I'm probably going to push the light a little bit more, not too much more. It's going to be a little bit subtle, but I like that red afternoon light, so I'm going to put a little of that in, even though I don't see it. I saw some of it earlier, but it's not that afternoon yet. So just put it in a couple of spots, and you notice that I kind of mess with lines. I don't like a lot of straight lines. So why don't we see, Mary, you want to do a demo or
Sure.
do a little teaching?
Yeah, I'm
All right.
on a skyscape here. So
All right,
I
we're going to
kind of go over.
clip this
what my
microphone
plan
on
is.
you.
Okay.
All right, you're on.
Awesome. Hello, everybody from all over the world, I guess. So what I've got going here is we've got these beautiful shades of pastel in the sky, lots of gray tones, and previously been totally a gray sky, and now we've got blue sky peeking out. And so I'm doing a little 6x8 here. So I've lowered the horizon, so we've just got a little bit of foreground, and then the rest of it is going to be a skyscape. And so if you look at the palette here, I have mixed up all of my colors. So these are all the foreground colors, and I had a dark and there was a lot more of that and it was darker. But what I've done is I've gone in and I've bent it, made it cooler, warmer. Here's another warmer tone. This was basically the ground plane, which is very gray out there. And you know, the sky is always the lightest of the planes, not always, but almost always. And then your ground plane, which is getting more ambient light, is your second lightest. And then your upright plane, which are your trees out there, those are your darkest. So these are all the tree colors, and I've bent them. You'll see the painting in a minute. And these are all my sky colors. So, you know, there's a gradation in the sky. It goes from cooler at the zenith to warmer down near the horizon. So I've warmed it up, adding a little bit of yellow, and the undertones of the clouds as you get closer to the horizon get lighter in value because they're further away. And so my darkest darks are going to be in the darkest darks in the clouds are going to be in the clouds that are kind of almost right overhead because they're closer than the ones that are way out in the distance. So you can see here, I've started to put in this is the tone that I've used for the underlying belly of the cloud. So this is going to be it, and I'm going to give it some direction here, trying to make it interesting. And you know, I'm getting a feel for what's in the sky. I'm not copying what's out there because I would probably drive myself absolutely crazy because, as you know, it changes constantly. So I look out there and I get a general feel for it. And then what I did was I drew in a basic shape. And then that gives me a direction with where I want to go. And so there's the belly of the cloud. And, you know, as you know, clouds don't have hard edges. They're not, if you paint them with really hard edges, they're going to look more like rocks. So basically, I've got a nice shape in here that I've varied a lot. And now I'm going to come in with like a mid-tone and warm that up a little bit. So it will be a lighter value. And I'm dipping into my Neo McGilt here so that the painting can flow a little bit better. And I just want to warm that up just a tiny bit more and get a interesting mid-tone in the cloud here. I have toned that canvas with ochre. And then I'm going to come in with my highlight. So, you know, if it was 50% light and 50% shadow, that would be kind of boring. And so I'm making these clouds more shadow than light, and the underbelly of the cloud is a smaller portion. So the main part of the cloud is going to be the mid-tone. And what I can do is I can vary the color in the mid-tone, make one warmer, cooler, redder, bluer. But for right now, I'm just putting in this one tone so that I can get the canvas covered before we're done here today. Okay, so now I'm putting a mid-tone in. I'm going to vary that color a little bit. I'm making a little bit pinker on this other cloud that's coming in on the left. And I'm trying to vary my brush stroke. And I like the tone canvas because it gives some nice, like, feeling of sunlight that's shining through. And in my cloud here, I am trying to think of shapes and make interesting shapes every time I lay some paint down so that we don't get boring and everything looks the same.
I can't imagine you being boring, Mary.
Well, thank you, Eric. Oh, and in this highlight of the cloud, I have added the cold wax. So you can see here on the easel, and I'm just picking it up almost like a shovel, that I have added all that texture. It's probably half wax and half paint. So that's a easy way, cheap, easy way to give texture in the clouds. Yes, paint is expensive.
But we love our paint manufacturers.
Oh, yes. Yes, and the better the paint, the farther it goes.
Yeah, talk about that, that concept of student grade.
Yes, so the student grade has less pigment. It's got a lot of filler in it, and then the paint doesn't go as far. So you add white to it, and it just turns chalky. And if you buy really high quality paint, you'll be amazed at how long the paint lasts. Okay, so I think you can probably get the feel for the texture here. So now I'm ever so gently kind of fanning some of this out to get movement in the cloud. You know, we don't want a lot of hard edges. I'm going to go back in on this back side here and add a few more darks.
Uh-oh.
I brought the camera to its knees.
Mary, you broke another camera.
I'm telling you.
I thought you were pretty good looking too.
Fooled you. Okay, so now I've got this dark tree here, so I'm going to come in. I put that in first, and hopefully it's kind of set up and dry. And so I'm going to come in very gently and try to meet those edges. But since I toned the canvas, what I like is that it's not stark white under there. Okay, so I think that worked out pretty well.
How are you doing, Mary?
Give her a critique, Albert. Give her a critique.
Yeah.
Or Mary, give Albert a critique.
Oh, I'll have to go over and see your painting. I'm sure it's spectacular.
Nice job.
Thank you, thank you.
Something happens when you paint for 60 years.
Yes, I can only imagine.
It's nice to walk around and see what your friends are doing.
Absolutely, it gives inspiration to the paint up for sure.
It
You know,
does.
if you were out here by yourself, just wouldn't be the same.
Well, I've been out there so many times.
Well, but it's nice to have camaraderie.
It's
right?
nice, it's wonderful.
Yes.
And you take a break from your own work so you can get a fresh look at it.
Absolutely.
That's very important.
I need a long break from mine usually.
Why don't you walk over and take a look at what I'm doing? and
I
chat?
will. All right, let's go over and see what Albert's doing.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
The way I'd like you to do it, Mary, is to walk here and don't look at the picture, but just walk here.
Don't look at the picture, Mary.
Okay.
And now
Take it
turn
from-
around.
Oh,
Now
look
turn
at the picture.
Now turn around.
Ah, spectacular. Now that's an Albert Handel.
Yes, it is.
Very loose, gorgeous,
Thank you.
spectacular. There's a lot of energy there. The design is wonderful. Good job.
Thank you, Mary.
And you toned it with watercolor underneath?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, great.
Payne's Gray
Yes.
and Van Dyke brown, but it was too close to the Payne's gray, so I put some burnt sienna in it.
Well, I have a number of your paintings at home.
That's right.
That, yes, I do, and in this style. Yep, spectacular, and I love them.
How'd you get to have his
Thank you,
paintings?
Mary.
Well, actually, a very long time ago, we brought Albert to Merritt Island, and he taught a workshop there.
That's right.
And that was the first Albert Handel I purchased. So,
Nice, nice.
been hanging on my walls at least 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
probably. How old are you? You have 2 kids, don't you?
Three. So,
Are they girls, boys?
2 girls and a boy. So,
And
yep.
how old are they now?
Oh, they're old. They have children of their own. So now we're blessed with grandchildren.
Let them do the work and you enjoy them.
That's right. That's right.
How's your husband?
Excellent. Thank you.
We'll see him tonight. He's
Yes.
coming to the barbecue.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
What's
So-
his first name again?
Steve.
Steve.
Yes.
Yep.
Well,
Well, I'm glad you came
it just
by.
needs a frame. That's it,
That's all, as they say, I'm sorry.
as they say.
All right. Okay, so. All right, so I think I'll just kind of talk about what I'm screwing up here.
Can I see what you're screwing up?
Yeah, you can give me a.
Nice,
Here, you
nice, no, nice.
give me some feedback, Albert.
It's on the good side for sure.
Well-
Excellent. Keep going.
All right, I'm having fun. So you have you
Maybe
wanna-
your green leaves should be a little darker.
these
Yeah.
or those?
No.
These.
Yeah. A little
Darker,
bit.
yeah, because they're silhouetted.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll do that.
Take care, friend.
All right, man. Thank you. All right. There's nothing quite as intimidating as to have a great master looking over your shoulder, and
Boy, that's for sure.
yeah. But you
So I did
know,
a good one?
it also makes you step up and try harder. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna just
That's it.
put a little bit of.
It's
red in there.
20 to 6.
I felt like it needed some
This
mystery.
is nice, huh? Don't you? Aren't you happy to be here?
Excuse me. And that'll
Oh,
give
yeah,
it a little
you
bit of
improved
depth. I'll
that.
put a
What you did.
little touch of light on top of that. Maybe mess that up a little. And I think I'll bring that down into there a little. Excuse me. I'm not trying to be so perfect. I'm looking to have just have a feel, have some fun. So now the question is, what's my focal point? I really want the focal point to be the tree. That's what I'm really trying to draw attention to. So I'm going to have to get those darks in there. We need a little dark silhouetting on this here. Dark's coming far forward, remember. So I'm not doing this. I am pushing paint around. Catch some of that light. That green is a bit much, so I'm going to need a little red in there. That's probably a little too much too. So just mute that back a little. All right, so now I just want to work on this tree. So what do? I'm going to use my bigger brush, and I'm going to get a good dark in there, and I'm just going to go in and just blot, right? Just some splotches, and splotches to get a silhouetting effect in there. It's already making a difference, and it doesn't have to be rendered. Remember that. You can, if that's what you want to do. Everybody's different. Everybody approaches things differently. But see, that tree, I think, is already improving because of what Albert pointed out. Getting just some more darks. Careful not to smear that background around. And so now I probably need to get a little sky in that dark. So somebody asked me about my easel. I buy every easel that comes out, every single one. I try them, and then most of them I throw away or I give to somebody because I haven't really found anything that's perfect yet. So I built my own, and it's not perfect either, but it gives me a very large mixing surface, which I like, and it gives me what I want. It's not right for everybody, but it's just everything contained in one package. So I'm going to get some, I need some more darks under these trees back here. And people are packing up, but we got a barbecue coming. So we wish you were here. You could have barbecue with us. If you're watching and you're in Austin, come on over, and we'll give you some barbecue. And I'm going to take some of this purple, radiant purple. I'm just going to get that in there, get these leaves, these branches in there. And I really want a scratchy effect, so I think I'll get my trusty. Uh-oh, you're going to yell at me, I know.
No, no, no. I was just going to say it's a very tonal landscape out there.
Yeah, it is tonal.
Yes.
I've painted this, of course, many, many times with a lot of people we know together. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of get the really dark right in there. I don't know if that'll get dark enough. That dark contrast there against that white.
Yeah, very nice.
Spot. All right, so now I just got to fix this tree.
Well, you've got a lot of texture on there. It's
I
lovely.
like texture. I like
Yes.
Russian paintings. We have a Russian painter here today. Just moved here from Los Angeles, and everybody. I've met 2 people today that moved here from California.
Wow.
Seems to be a trend.
Yes, I think it is a big trend.
Yeah, big trend. That's what we did. Kind of a, I don't know, what's it need, Mary?
What's the need?
What's it need? What do I fix? What's driving you nuts?
No, I think it's a lovely painting. I don't really think it needs much. Maybe just a softening of the edges around there, and that's about it. I think you're just about done.
Well, I hope so, because I don't want to take a lot of time on it. I think I'll get a little bit of light on those edges. What do you think?
There
Is
you
that
go. Yeah, light would be great.
Let's see here. Get a
Especially
little,
since we have some now.
yeah, well, that's the problem, chasing the light, isn't it?
Right, right.
I think this lemon yellow is really nice for lightening up things. So just give it just a little touch.
Just kiss it.
Yeah, I think you're blocking the camera.
Oh,
Why don't you
sorry.
come over here?
Back of my head.
And
Oh, that's looking nice. Very nice.
it doesn't need much. You know, the brain will tell you that it's light. You don't have to put every piece of it in.
Actually gets pretty boring if you put it all in.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm used to doing, is boring.
Well, that is not boring.
Well,
That is quite nice.
let's see if we can just... I don't like that. So the nice thing is you can scrape it out.
Oh, yeah.
We all get a little, fall in love with our paintings, just scrape
Well,
them.
a
I
lot of-
found, I think, I don't know, maybe you taught me this, but I find sometimes if I just scrape, it makes them better.
Oh, a lot of my paintings
Yeah.
look better after they're scraped.
Deconstruct them.
Yep.
Create that sense of distance back there.
Take them back to their basic abstract shape.
Yeah. So, get a little, you can take some palette knife in here and have some fun too. I didn't
Oh,
do
yeah.
that. And just,
Yeah, I love the palette knife for varying the edges.
you can't do this with a brush.
No, it's very hard.
And there's a little bit of light in the front there, so let's just pick up on some of that. All right. Well, anyway, I think that'll do for now. Maybe it needs, let's put a tree branch in here with the palette knife. It's a little bit messy.
Huh? Messy can be good, right? It makes it interesting.
That's right. Just kind of put a little couple of highlights in there, some things. You know they're tree branches, but you don't have to make every one of them work. We're still live. You can do whatever you want. We're I don't know how much more time we have here, but you do whatever you want. We're not. There's nothing off limits now. 10 minutes. All right.
Very nice.
All right.
Palette knife work.
Well, a little of everything, really.
I heard a moment ago you're talking about cold water.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
I'm not liking this.
Okay.
You're
you
blocking
ever
the
used
camera
it?
there. That's all right. So I'm gonna
It's a gambling product.
I'm gonna just put a little more
And
foreground
let me
in
see, did I
here.
bring it?
So it's a media?
It's
And
I use it.
just get that in there, and then those weeds won't dominate it quite so much. And that's, oh no, don't do that, don't do that, don't mess it up. Oh, wow, that was extreme. Nice thing about a palette knife is you put it in, you take it out. Okay, so we have pretty close to being where I want it to be here. I do like that weed edge back there. I just want to get a little bit more of that in there. Just gives it a little contrast. And maybe we'll just take a little bit of color in here. All right, so I haven't really focused on a lot of warm and cool, and I probably should. It's something I should be thinking about. There go those chainsaws again. So, focal point is leading into this tree, and I think I'm going to just pump that light just a little tiny bit more right in here. Okay, well, I think we're getting near wind down time. Get a little light where the light is, right? Got light leaves, maybe you can have a light branch. Or you can screw it up like I just did too. Don't want it to be taking the eye out. So, worry about edges. You know, if you have too many straight edges, it's messy. But this is really super sloppy, and that's kind of the way I like it. It's not the way I always paint, but I'm having more fun this way. All right, let's see here. I'm going to put an arrow in here. And so let's just break that arrow up. Let's put some dark in this edge, this corner. And let's get a little bit of red in here, a couple places. Maybe indication that there's another branch back there, another tree. And maybe something out here. All right, well, this is not perfection, but it's fun. All right, let's walk around real quick, and then we're gonna, should we give something more away? Sure, yeah, sure, why not? Why don't we, I don't know where Allie is. Hey, Allie, let's give something more away. All right, so this was not planned, but we're going to give away another virtual attendance to the Plein Air Convention, and I need somebody to make up a question. Mary, make up a question. Go back to art history. What was the man who's known for, I got it. The man who's known for his 4-color palette, it's named after him. What is his name?
And where was he from?
And where was he from? And do we have to get like the town or just the country?
Town.
Town. Okay. Okay. You know? Oh, okay. We'll give one away here. What is it? What? Zorn. Zorn. And what town? Oh, geez. It's not, you're not thinking about Mora, Sweden, are you? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay, well, we gave one away here, so we'll give one more away online. Did somebody else say Zorn, Mora, Sweden? I may go to Sweden here soon. Nobody's got it yet? Well, somebody's just, if they're smart, they'll just type it in real quick, and that way they'll win. All right, so in the meantime, Scott, we're going to walk around and just check in with our painters. And, whoa. Okay, so let's go over here. All right, what have you done here? Oh my, it's beautiful.
No idea.
All right, Gary. Gary
Frisk.
Gary and I met. Did you win an award? You did, didn't you?
Yes.
We met at the Marble Falls Plein Air event, which is a really nice event. You should go. Marble Falls, Texas, which is about an hour from here.
Yes.
45 minutes, maybe?
Yes.
Anyway, so you're normally painting factories, so this is quite a change for you.
This is out of my comfort zone, and that's why I'm glad that I have the opportunity to paint landscape. No vehicles, no lines, no pump jacks. I paint pump jacks.
All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to squint. All right?
I am.
And I want you to squint, and I want you to look at your tree trunks and tell me what they need.
Dark.
I would say you need your dark's a little darker because it's a little pastel-y, and unless that's the effect you want. And you might want to put a little warmth in that light because you've got a cool light on that tree, but right now it's warm. Just a thought.
No, I hear what you're
I'll leave you alone.
No, it's all good. Thanks.
All right. Okay, I like this one over here. Okay, you're on now. You're in front of all these people all around the world. Jane, tell us your name.
My name is Jane Flowers.
Jane Flowers, Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
All right. I like that you painted the people.
Well,
Wow.
I love that I'm catching the bugs now.
Yeah. Well,
Let them dry and flick them off.
no, leave them in. It gives them more value. It proves they were painted outdoors.
This is my first oil painting in plein air.
Your first oil painting in plein air.
Very first.
All right. Congratulations.
because of you.
Congratulate her. Not because of me. Not because of me. Because of you.
Yeah, but you've really supported us to get out and do this.
This is plein air painting.
It is my first
All right,
plein air
here's what I
painting.
want you to do. I want you, when it's dry, I want you to put a Sharpie, take a Sharpie in the back of it and say, this is my first plein air painting.
In oil.
In oil. Okay, and then put the date on it.
I will.
All right, and keep it forever.
Oh,
All right.
I always do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is my memory. We're there.
I love
and just
this.
wonder- and
I love this.
painting. You were on my bucket list to paint with you one day.
All right, well, come over anytime. We're close. Anytime, I'm here. Just come up, knock on my office door and say, tell Allie to stop giving me meetings and we'll go painting.
Go paint.
Yeah, and we can always paint here.
Yeah.
We have a winner,
We have a winner,
Marsha Raff.
Marcia Raff.
And it's Sweden, right?
Yeah, Mora, Sweden. Marcia Raff in Austin, Texas. She's a sculptor. All right, see, I know my names. I know my names. All right,
Thanks
Jane.
for doing this.
Thank
Really
you.
enjoyed
Enjoy your barbecue. We'll see you in a few minutes. All right, we got a couple of others up here. How'd you do, Carla?
Wow, it was fun. Thank you so much.
Oh, look at you. Nice. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good. So I'm going to point something out to you. You're
Yes,
you're not going to want to hear this.
Oh, no, please.
Okay? This is a cardinal sin.
Oh, dear.
Are you ready?
Am I,
Okay.
can I be atoned?
When you're painting on aluminum foil and it's shining in your eyes, it's shutting down your irises.
Ah,
And it's going to impact your color. Also, you're not going to be able to see the color correctly on here.
got it.
So if you used what's underneath, like
The actual
gray
tin.
or
right.
something,
Mhm.
but anyway, this will blow your eyes out. That's why when I use brushes, have ferrules on them. And this one is copper. It's not as bad. Some of them are bright. Sometimes I put tape on them because if I'm painting in the bright sunlight, they burn, you know, a little burn out your eyes. And
Do you put black tape?
just
or
black tape.
Is that too dark?
Just black tape.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can actually go in and paint them if you want to.
Okay.
All right, just a
Thank
thought.
you so much.
Okay, we got somebody else over here. Who do we have?
I'm Gina.
Gina.
Yes.
Well, look at you. Nice job,
Thank
Gina.
you.
Good, good, good.
Like the red chairs over here. I wanted like a little pop of humanity to be in there. So.
That is a pop of humanity.
Got those going on.
All right, so here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because that's where you want to draw the eye.
Right.
Okay. You don't want to draw the eye everywhere there, but take your cadmium red. Where's your paper towel?
I've got a rag here.
Okay. Take your cadmium red and mix it with a little bit of. Well, your mixing space is so messed up that it's going to gray out all your colors.
Right.
All right. So take a little yellow.
Okay.
And a lot of cadmium red, and really try to lighten that red up as much as you
get the pop of it right.
Much as you can. All right. You really use a lot of it there. You know, we're dragging the other color into it. Now, pick a spot. Right there, or right there. Just a pop, you know, just now it says, oh, there's light on there. See how much difference that made?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I had just started getting the chairs in there, so that's a great tip. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. I can't paint, but I can tell other people. I love it. Okay, so we are pretty close to the edge here. Hi, Grace. Okay, I'm going to put you on camera. Come here. This is my lovely daughter, triplet Grace. Grace, did you just get home from work? Yep. Yep. Grace is a painter. Her paintings are hanging in the house, but she won't show them to you because she's very shy.
I don't know what you're even talking about.
She didn't know what. Anyway, that's Grace. Okay, so let's go back here to the stage. Bryant, are we ready to wrap it? Okay. So Albert, and you guys, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. You got paint on your nose.
He does.
Yeah, that's all right.
Occupational hazard.
Yeah.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie. So thank you for doing this today.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
Well, I keep telling you how much I admire and like you, and you just don't believe it.
Well, it's very sweet to hear. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Did a beautiful painting.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Jennifer, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, everybody. Thank you.
Don't go away.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to come over here. Listen, if
I
you
hope
think
to
this
see you both
guy,
again.
Eric,
That'd be great.
talks all the time.
So-
Yeah, well, 2 hours straight. So we hope you've enjoyed our first attempt at a global paint out. Congratulations to those of you that are painting along and watching and paying attention. We're sorry about the chainsaws. Sometimes you can't prevent those things. And we hope that you'll use the special link for the Plein Air Convention to get that $100 extra off. If you're already going, sorry, Charlie, but we want to get some more people there and it's going to sell out soon. Let's just get this done. You want to go. And, we think that everything's always going to last forever, right? And think about 2.5 years ago, oh, someday I'll go to the Plein Air Convention. And some people were never able to come again, right? So this could be your chance, and we would love to have you there. We're going to have a lot of fun celebrating the 10-year anniversary, and it's going to be like this except 1,000 painters, and everybody's just having fun, and nobody has to impress anybody. We're just out there having fun. We hope you enjoyed today. We love for you to send us a comment or an email. What can we do to make this better? I know starting on time would be a good thing, but that's how I am. Have a really terrific day, night, morning, wherever you're watching. Thank you to the Surrey people. Surrey, you guys are rock stars. If there are others of you who were painting in groups, let us know. And make sure you send us your paintings. Go to Oh, we're supposed to have we have a hashtag, don't we? Allie? Global
Paint Out.
Okay, it's hashtag Global Paint Out. If you post your pictures, put it there. That way we'll find them. And if you don't mind, give me a follow. If you're not already, it's at Eric Rhoads, R-H-O-A-D-S, no E. And we'd love to have you follow us on Instagram. Mary and Chong, come over here. Come over here. That way I don't have to come over there. Mary Garish, thank you so much.
My
Chong
pleasure.
Wong,
Thank you.
so much. I don't know if we saw your final painting or not. Did you put it away?
It's behind the chair.
Allie's going to grab it. By the way, watch out for Allie. She'll try to steal it.
Okay.
Allie has a wall of paintings. All right, so let's look at this. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
You know, it makes me want to quit painting right now. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Congratulations. Where's your finals? You're going to go get it somewhere. Oh, you did too.
Yeah.
All right.
Got some yellow in the top corner, but
Now, Mary, this weekend, if you're open, if you're not babysitting, last weekend for bluebonnet painting,
yes.
you too, I found some great spots and fields of deep blue bluebonnets. So anyway, congratulations. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you Bryant Jackson, Scott Young, Ali Crookshank, Amandine, where's Amandine? Thank you. And thank you to all of you for being here. We hope to see you at the Plein Air Convention. We hope to see you online, PleinAir Magazine, all the stuff we do. Have a great night. God bless. Bye-bye.
There's only one place in the world where the entire family of Plein Air gathers. Get ready for the Woodstock of plein air painting. Come home to the 10th Annual Plein Air Convention and Expo, May 21st through 25th in Colorado. Because it's our 10th birthday bash, show up and we'll bring the gifts and the cake. This year's event promises to be the biggest and most exciting yet, with a jam-packed schedule of demonstrations and workshops on 5 different stages, including a stage for oil, watercolor, pastel, and extra demos, all included for one price. And a giant expo hall of the latest art materials at deep discounts, and the only place in the world to find all the plein air specific materials in one place. Plus a faculty and attendee art show and daily paintouts with over 1,000 of your closest friends. 5 days focused on the plein air lifestyle and a few surprises. You'll have the opportunity to learn from the best of the best, meet them and even buy them a drink. We've spared no expense to bring the finest plein air painters alive today, including Lori Putnam, Alvaro Castanet, Steve Curry, Don Demers, Michelle Dunaway, Albert Handel, Jane Hunt, Daniel Sprick, Camille Preswadek, Jim Woodark, and a total of 80 top instructors. And when we go outside, they'll be there to help you. And if you're new to plein air painting, we have a special Essentials Day just for you. We'll walk you through how to paint in every medium, what you need to start painting outdoors, and our special faculty will work directly with you when you paint outdoors together. It's a powerful way to learn and you won't be alone, even if you come not knowing anyone. Plus, if you're new and never been before, our orientation puts people together so you never have to be alone. Join us as we celebrate our 10th anniversary with celebrity guest Jane Seymour. VIP ticket holders will not only receive upfront seating and access to a special VIP lounge, you'll also enjoy a meet and greet with her, plus a chance to get their picture taken with this multiple Emmy and Golden Globe winner, who has a genuine love of art. How cool is that? So if you're serious about improving your skills as an artist, reconnecting with old friends or making new ones, and then having the time of your life while making memories that will last a lifetime, the 10th Annual Plein Air Convention and Expo is the event for you. Don't wait. Register today and experience the ultimate in plein air instruction in colorful Colorado. Grab your ticket today before we're sold out at PleinAirConvention.com.